Asian American businesses have been operating in Black communities for 60 years. I'll say it again. The Civil Rights Act passed in 1964, and the United States opened the door to Asian immigration in 1965 to put immigrants in the way of Black people. And this idea that the tension between business owners and customers is one of mutual cultural misunderstanding that could be overcome if they just got to know each other better, the time for that has long passed. And as I've said before, the problem with framing the misunderstanding as mutual is where one demographic owns the businesses and the other demographic has to pay. There's no mutuality. There is a power imbalance. The only situation that I could see being beneficial at this point would require Asian Americans to be willing to leverage their ability to secure the business loans, to secure supplier accounts, and to attain business licenses, to open in Black communities specifically to hire Black people to work in the businesses and to provide the professional development opportunities so that Black people can become the leadership in the businesses in their communities. But I don't have a lot of hope that Asian Americans are willing to do that because the Asian American business owners that we see currently are not even willing to treat their Black customers as human. So I fully support Black people boycotting these problematic businesses in their community. And I want to say that I think another thing that non-Black people aren't aware of is that it is not as simple as boycotting the businesses and putting them out of business and then opening your own to compete. Because the system will find ways to still not give them the loans or rezone them so they can't open a business or not grant the business licenses. And suppliers are literally conspiring against Black people who have managed to open a business in their own community to not supply to them because they don't want Black people competing with the Asian American owned businesses in the community. So I wish that I had more to offer in the way of solutions, but I really don't. But please do not gaslight Black people with respect to what the issue.
I want to be your enemy. I understand you guys are upset and you want to boycott Asian run businesses. Totally fair. I do acknowledge that many Asian people could be racist. And I condemn all races, regardless their ethnicities. Racism should not be accepted or tolerated. But not all of us are racist. I don't think I'm racist. I mean, I try not to be. I don't think I'm racist. I'm just Asian. I don't think it's fair that we all are punished because of one guy. I mean, I don't know who the Rick Chow is. Why are we all punished because of this one guy? But don't call all Asian people our enemy.
Yo, so I don't know if y'all seen that video of this this Asian guy, and he's basically encouraging and daring Black people to boycott Asian businesses and etc. Basically saying we need them, we can't survive without them, and he's daring us like, yeah, I dare y'all. If there was any time that I would say we really, I know we talk a lot, it's just like, yeah, whatever, we just gonna talk. If there's any time I would say now is the time to stop playing and really like come together, now is the time, right? Now don't get me wrong, like I'm not using this as like because we like, everybody's not racist, bro. I can't, so I don't want all Asian businesses to suffer from, what this guy did to this young Black brother, you know what I'm saying? But I get the standpoint of we have to start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we have the community to be great, bro. We just don't stick together. We don't stick together. We have the resources, we have the community. We can do anything, bro. We got the power. We are the culture. We just don't stick together. We don't know about in-house economics and shit. We wasn't taught that. These Asians and Africans and Africans too, like they was taught all this shit. They keep their money in-house. They start a pot and shit like that. Everybody go to work. Shit, it's $1,000 that gotta be put in that pot every month for 2-3 years, or even 15. whatever. You know what I'm saying? They do this type of shit. Black Americans, we don't do that, bro. But I'm just saying though, nevertheless, we got enough people who got a bag behind them, got power, got resources, who arms is long, to make great things happen. We have to build our own communities, bro. We have to make in reality, what he's saying is we really need them. We don't. I'm gonna be honest. Our sisters leave that hair alone. Find something else to do. Nails, it's a lot of black-owned nail salons and nail artists. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, shout out VIP Bree from my hood. Like, get busy. You know, sneakers. They said, hey, look, they was trying to play. Oh yeah, we make Jordans. Yo, I'm like, listen, bro, it's deep. So, like I said, if there was never a time where I was like, I'm dead serious about this shit, bro, because that made me think, like, these motherfuckers, like, yeah, y'all need us. What y'all gonna do?
So far so good. You've watched some intro clips about what is happening between Asians and Black Americans boycotting Asian businesses, right? Now, let me say this. The main reason why this is really hurting us is because we Africans don't want to actually work together. I don't want to say we Africans, we Black people don't actually want to work together in the sense of we don't want to actually patronize ourselves. Now, this is happening. I'm seeing a lot of Black businesses booming left, right, and center, which is amazing. But are we going to trust our own Black people to do the things and do it with quality, especially in the medical, pedicure, hair business, hairline business, and all that, right? Are we going to? And another thing again, I would like to say is these products we're using comes from Asia, and there's this. The system is designed to keep us afloat, not to win, because the people who supply these Asians and all that obviously come from Asia, and they'll probably by one way or another make Black people to suffer. The only true way is we create our own system. We create our own system where we can import our own goods, sell to our own same Black people, and then what else can they do? They can't do otherwise. Right now they feel like the guy feels like Rick, he feels like there's no way we can go around it because TVs, sneakers, everything we consume. In fact, just imagine a scenario Asian people where Black people stop to consume your products, because I think Blacks are the highest consumers of your products. Just think for a minute. Now, I'm not saying all Asian businesses should suffer, right? Because I've seen, I'm loving the fact that some of the Asian people came out to speak. They advocate for Black people. I do think that Black people have suffered the most. You can't even do that kind of video in the first place to talk about Black people and talk about daring Black people to boycott your business. You shouldn't even think about doing that. You shouldn't. But well, let's watch more of these reactionary clips from Asians and from Black Americans as well, because I'm going to put in more context to it.
Shops and other Asian businesses and restaurants and stuff are empty. Y'all really don't believe that when Black people set their minds to it, that they can actually stick to it and make differences. But then again, yes, y'all do. It's why y'all try so hard to convince us, like white supremacists have always done for so many years, that it doesn't matter when we unify, when clearly it does. But to see y'all writing all these excuses, it's a Monday, oh, it's still too early, or this, or maybe just people are standing on their word, Black people, and keeping their money in Black businesses. Bravo, Black people.
They can just go over to the white neighborhoods and get money from them. Okay, then go do that. Because if it was so easy for you to be in those neighborhoods, then why weren't you over there to begin with? It's strategically placed for beauty supply stores, nail salons, and liquor stores to be placed in the Black community, because you know that's where all the money's going to come from. The Asian man that came on TikTok and said what he said is a prime example of why Black people are boycotting to begin with. There's a lady on TikTok talking about how there was xenophobia that was being pushed towards Asian community when Donald Trump had first got elected, and Asians were getting beat up in broad daylight. And she was talking about how when Asians were talking about POC solidarity and Black people came to their aid, but now it's choosing the other foot. They're
Asian people online, they are literally crashing out. I mean, crashing out. And they just proved our point. You cannot survive without us. They cannot survive without black people. Okay? Here's my thing. You guys are getting mad saying that get mad because we're boycotting, and then what they'll do is they'll try to bring up things that black people have done to Chinese people, right? Especially during COVID. But here's the solution to that: boycott black businesses. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just boycott black businesses. It's just so simple. As a matter of fact, take it a step further. Okay, move your business out of black neighborhoods. Go over to the white neighborhoods. Okay, do that. Okay, don't stay any place where you're not welcomed. Black people don't do that. We don't stay places where we're not welcome. Plain and simple. Hey, if we can't spend our money there, okay, cool. We'll take it somewhere else. It's just that simple. Don't stay in no place where your businesses are not welcome. Go somewhere else. I just find it funny how you're mad for black people boycotting it, but we call each other out when it comes to a lot of fuckery in our community. It's funny, Asians don't call each other out for the stuff that their people do. I seen the way that these Asians treat Africans in Africa. Treat them like straight up slaves, right? Paying them low wages and not even caring. How many times have Chinese and Asians falsely called the cops on black people? How many times have black people ordered their food from one of those shops and had to wait an hour or whatever to get their order while their white friends got all their orders? How many times have black women gone into their nail shops or feet shop and they either upcharged them or assaulted them? How many times have black women have walked into those beauty shops, right? And then the Chinese people separate them from their kids like they're some dogs? How many times have Chinese have refused to hire black people in their stores in a black neighborhood? Why must you stay someplace where you're not welcomed? Just go. It's fine. Go to another neighborhood. It's cool. Go to Chinatown. Or you don't want to go to Chinatown because a lot of those Chinese gangs are going to want you to pay money for protection. Is that what it is? Oh, let me guess. Not all the business is in Chinatown, so that's why you're staying in black neighborhoods. Yeah, that's what I thought. Listen, versus y'all crashing out and trying to, feel entitled to our money, just apologize. It's just that simple. I'm not saying it's going to work, but you're only making a situation even worse. That's all I'm saying.
Thing, I ain't never seen no Asian people at no black salon. I ain't never seen no Asian people at a soul food restaurant. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen no Asian person at the barbershop. I ain't never seen it. Nah, I know Asian people go to their own Asian people. They do. Asian people support each other. If they got a barbershop, the Asian people going to there to get their hair cut. They don't go to black places, salons to get their hair done. They go to each other. Like I said the other day, I never seen Asians in the nail shop unless they work there. That's funny.
And shout out to all the black folks that's standing on business when it comes to this boycott, because every Asian store that I passed by today was either completely empty or totally closed. So shout out to y'all for actually using this opportunity to stand on business. But to all my good folks who keep jumping in my comment section talking about why don't y'all boycott TikTok, why the hell would we do something like that? Why would I do something like that? TikTok pays me on time every single month. So until that stops happening, I'll be here. But you should probably boycott TikTok, because guess what? A lot of y'all are getting paid nothing to trolling people comments. So I would advise you to go do something productive. And stop telling people that, oh, everything is made in China. It's only made in China because of their cheap labor. Everything that's made over there can be made in America. But the thing is you have to pay American workers a livable wage. We're not going to sit inside sweatshops for $2 a fucking hour and make all of these products. So it's not the flex that you think it is. That's why most things are made over there.
And so what if Black people are boycotting Asian businesses? If that's what it takes to wake our community up, more power to them. And I really need Asians to wake the fuck up. Because I am tired of getting on this app every business week and having to talk about some fuck shit that some Asian person is doing to Black people. There's so many other things I want to talk about on this app. Domestic violence prevention, mosquito brains, because that's what I got my PhD in. My writing process and how I write sci-fi novels and how I write, yes, the small business that I run because I write those sci-fi novels. But instead, no, I always see some Asian doing some model minority stuff and then I feel a moral imperative to talk about it because it ends up in the death of innocent people like Cyrus Carmack Belton. I am sick of watching our country slide into fascism and watch the Asian vote be split because so many of us want to ally ourselves with our oppressors. And in my personal life, I'm tired of not being able to trust Asian people that I meet because so many of you would throw Asian people under the bus for white acceptance. And on top of that, a number of my friends are Black people, and I don't want to have anybody in my life who is unsafe for my friends. Model minority Asians are unsafe for Asians to be around as well, and they are potentially lethal for Black people. I don't want that in my community. Get that out. And if these Asian stores close, like the ones that opened up in Black neighborhoods, and then complain about Black people being there and do racist things to them and profile them, let the stores close. Y'all don't deserve to be there. Have some respect. I know Asian people love money, so Black people withholding their dollars might actually...
I mean, they are so not united, both by lines of nationality, but also by lines of like class and caste, that unless your explicit goal is just, we don't want any Asian businesses in Black neighborhoods, then I don't think there's anything to be gained. First things first, fuck Rick Chow. Anything he owns should be boycotted, and any businesses that would do business with him should also be boycotted. Think about some of the biggest boycotts you know of. In a pre-Emancipation Proclamation world, groups of formerly enslaved people would travel across Europe to tell people, do not buy American cotton. I was formerly enslaved. This is my story. Your clothes are being made with cruelty. If you think about the Montgomery bus boycott, until these buses are no longer segregated, we are going to drain this city of its resources to reach this goal. You think about the Palestine boycotts, right? We do not want to do business with any endeavor that is enabling a genocide, or even the more recent Target boycotts, where it's saying this business in response to this administration has removed their DEI initiatives and has taken Black products off the shelves. If you're going to interact with Black people that way, we will not be purchasing at your stores until you turn things around. If the end game of boycotting Asian businesses is to send a message about Black safety and Black exploitation to the Asian community, the problem is that the Asian community is a lie of white supremacy. They got multi-century beefs running, all right? Sometimes the lighter-skinned East Asians don't fuck with the darker-skinned East Asians or the darker-skinned Southeast Asians. On top of that, whether or not they even consider Arab folk or South Asian folk to be Asian at all. And to put the cherry on top of all of this, all of these places still engage.
Well, at the end of the day, I know the guy who shot him was a Chinese man, but if you see Black people reacting the way they are reacting, it's solely because they have noticed that it's common among Asian people. It's really common. Now, I might kind of exclude Indians, I might kind of exclude them, but for the rest, I think Black people have felt this for the longest period. And the reason why it's becoming a whole trend is because so many Black people have experienced this. And not only Black people have experienced this, it always happens to Black people. Why? And to think about it, if you look at the context of what happened, the guy had already profiled that Black kid. There was just no other way, right? He assumed so many things already. And that's the same thing that we are talking about every single day. The truth is this, Black folks, if you really want to boycott Asian businesses, you need to start manufacturing your own products from scratch. That's the only way. That's genuinely the only way. We have to start manufacturing our own products. Not only that, and we start patronizing our own people. Now, I love the fact that lots of Black businesses are winning right now, and Asians, that Black dollar isn't going to you anymore. It isn't going to you, and many Black folks are advocating for it to continue. It should be permanent. Now, I feel sorry for all those who are being affected by one man's event, but it's the same thing that happens to every Black kid. when you're born, they just assume some kind of things about you, right? Which is not right, which is honestly not right. But I feel bad for the Asian businesses, because that guy was a Chinese man. I feel bad for the other Asian countries, Japan, Vietnam, all those countries. I feel bad for those people because they are forced to bear the consequences of whatever happened. But don't dare black folks. That's the problem. Do not dare black folks. Do not do it. The moment you do it, you've crossed the line, because we are tired of being that race that's looked at as the inferior, as the one that anyone can turn to it. In fact, I'll tell you this: you won't be able to set up your businesses in a white neighborhood. You won't. Only blacks are going to be able to consume your products, and we need to consume them at that. So you better wake up from sleep and stop the yapping and grapping of black people, and I don't know, just try as much as possible to come into peace with this. I don't think if that happens to a Chinese man, you'll be happy as well. We're talking about someone losing his life here. My message is a message of peace. It's a message of unity. It's a message of respect. Stop profiling people, and don't try to make as if you're superior by daring other people to try out things or whatever. Do not just dare, especially black people. In fact, black people are advocated for you to be here, so just do not do it. Thank you for watching this video. If you love content like this, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give this video a like, and I'll see you in another one, guys. Bye bye.